Good morning, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girly. Woo! It is pouring rain here and very overcast and dreary. It's a little chilly in my room. Good morning, Teresa. Hi, Brenda. Come in, come in. Welcome, welcome. Well, I've got a few things planned for us this morning. We'll see how far we get. And my teaser today is I'm going to show you my Saturday Evening Post journal. It does sound painful. Good morning, Gail. Hi, Becky. I am planning to have what I'm going to call a show and sell, hopefully in the middle of May. I haven't decided on a date yet. But I thought every once in a while I would show you some things that I might be offering or showing. Good morning, Pam. And I'm trying to build up some inventory to put in my Etsy shop, which has been closed down, gosh, for quite a while now. So I want to get that back open, and they say you have to have, like at least 50 items in your shop before I guess the algorithm picks it up and you know, you're a little more successful. I used to only keep a few things in there, and then a friend of mine told me about that 50 items, and I did see an increase in my shop. So I'm trying to get some items together, but I thought I would share those sometime in the middle of May before they go in the shop, see if anybody would be interested. So I had talked about this journal a few weeks ago. I know, right, Aunt Beck? And the other thing is that I haven't done a lot of research, but a little research that I did, one gentleman, and of course I don't remember who he was, he said a lot of people price their things too low on Etsy. You're thinking about it too? Some people are really against it and they don't care for Etsy. The years that I had mine open, I closed it before I went to Europe because I didn't want to have to deal with getting something ready to ship while I was away, and I just haven't gotten back to it. But this fellow said a lot of folks don't price their things high enough either. If that just sounds crazy to me. But I've had a good experience. Now it may have changed in the last year. Um, yeah, pricing things is also difficult. I do have a little formula that I use, and you and I can chat about that privately if you'd like to. It kind of works for me. So, and I kind of developed that when I used to paint ceramics and sell my ceramic stuff. So I kind of just stuck to my little formula. But so I talked about this journal and I couldn't find it. And lo and behold, it was right under my nose. So pricing's the downfall. So I'm just going to start to walk through this as folks maybe pop in. And this was a book I picked up, I think, at a secondhand bookshop. And of course, the images were really cool. So I weeded out some of the pages to make it, less thick. Did I or no, I created signatures, so I gutted the whole thing. Now this is not, the binding is not loose, but it is flexible. But the spine and all was in good shape, and all the fabric, was in good shape. So I covered it, decorated the front, and cut this out of one of the pages and popped that on the front. Now I've got this. Hey, good morning, Kathy. I've got this popped up on a little plastic box. And then I just did some wallpaper on the inside. I'm not going to go too terribly slow, I don't think. And then I just, decorated the signatures the way that I wanted. Added some coffee stained paper, different pages from different books. Got a little pocket here. Tried to keep the same color theme, and then I in the book itself, when I saw pages that I really liked, I just would cut them out and glue them down. Good morning, Peggy. And then I've got a little Edith Holden in here. I just put in stuff that I like, so it's kind of eclectic, you know? Did a little stitch in. It's quite large. Let's see, it is I guess maybe 7.5 by 10 3/4. Not to be confused with 9 3/4. Good morning, Arlene. Put some words in, little guest check. See, anytime I saw a page that I liked, I would just pop it in my signature. This is, of course, an embossed piece of gold. I don't know, I just liked it. And then down here is one of the little whale's tail punch out tabs with the bulb pin and the little reinforcements, which, good morning, Nash. Oh, evening, afternoon, Nashua. Hello. Doilies, scraps of fabric. I've talked about this fabric before. This is the backing. A friend of mine had given me some fabric from an old pieces from an old quilt, and it's just really kind of fallen apart. But see, I just love the way that looks. And I think this is a business reply envelope holding some stuff. Got to have some music paper. Did some more stitching. Got a couple of things in this pocket. I do love my Edith Holden pages. And some of the pages, of course, were a little bent and torn. I don't know. I don't remember the year of the book before I took it apart. I know I should probably remember that kind of stuff, but I don't. Made some flags, piece of Timmy vellum. Did I say how many signatures? I think there might be 3. Hey, Judy. Hi. Oh my, Judy, you have like the most interesting things that you have to snack on or to drink. Good morning, Barbara. Nice to see everyone this morning. Some game pieces, more cards and, ephemera popped in. Encouraging words. I thought that guy was handsome, so I didn't want to cover him up. A little, I guess this is a coin envelope, but like a larger sized one. Dictionary pages. Oh, I forget what book this is from, but this was like an English garden book that I took some pages out of. I haven't looked through in a while. There's a piece of old ephemera, 1948. It's kind of falling apart. It's just the envelope from Philadelphia, PA, going to Grand Prairie, Texas. You're going to have some flags, right? Some little decorated clips that stick out the top and bottom. And then in here, I just clipped in an old, I don't know if you can see that, vintage. It's not a hanky, and it's not a napkin. It's too small. I don't know what size you might call that. But there it is. I just thought it was cute. And then it's fun to decorate these little tabs too. You can put a little button on them or some, the word I never can think of. Cheesecloth. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think some of the pages I have got stained pretty cool. Don't know how that happened. And, some of the stuff that I put in is not vintage stuff. It's just flashcards and things like that. Okay, this is signature 2. A little pocket here. I love Norman Rockwell stuff. There's that little Timmy guy. We've all seen him. Stitched down a card here. I think that's a Stamperia piece. Is Snange in the house? Did I miss her? Hi, Ange. I tried to leave, I think, some of the Edith Holdens are like a nicer spread for the middle of my signature, so you could get the whole picture, the whole idea. Oh, here's an extra little journal with some avocado dyed paper with one of those little Timmy clips. How is everyone this morning? Yeah, I'm doing a flip through of one of my journals that eventually will go back into my Etsy shop. Piece of retro trim. I left that loose in case whoever would want to use it for something. Okay, here's a painty paper. This is a coffee filter that I ironed and then stamped on. They were fun to do. Another Edith Holden page for a center of the signature. Another Saturday Evening Post page. Amazing, right? Love those images. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. So this was a piece of painting paper. We sold the other half. And on this side, what I did was I took one. You know how when you get a frame, like you might buy a frame at Walmart or somewhere, and then you take it apart and inside it has that mat, usually an oval or a square. So I took that and then cut a little divot out of the top and then put some vellum and glued it behind the hole and then just made a pocket out of it. Because the book's so large, I have a little more flexibility to use some larger type of designs type stuff. Oh, now my box is getting all wonky. I can't get my book back on the box. And then back here, I did a little pocket with a Saturday Evening Post. I think I want to put a little tab on this paper so it's easy to pull out. That's one thing I need to adjust. Yeah, so that's it. So that's the Saturday Evening Post journal I had mentioned a couple weeks ago that I couldn't find. It's no longer a wall. And then I had mentioned a book that I wanted to replace. I had taken it apart. So if you don't want to be enabled, don't look. I love the images in these, and I have them pulled apart, and I want to make a journal because this is, oh gosh, maybe 5.5 by, it's oh no, 6.5 Is it 6 or I got some little 5.5 by 6.5, so it's not quite square. It's not quite square, but it's called Flora. It's got a beautiful cover, that you could repurpose, of course. It's like it's not a burgundy. It's more like it has more brown in it than red. The images are beautiful. They're sketched images, and it's stitched, so it's easy to take apart. But they make lovely pages for add-ins for journals. But I want to make a couple that's this size. Just beautiful images. A lot of the floral books I've seen that have had like plates like that of flowers, they're real big. And then they're hard to trim them down so they look normal, to put them in a journal. But this one's such a nice size. And, somebody might like to actually read it. I don't know. So this is an illustrated history of the garden flower, Flora, by Brent Elliott. So I don't need to take this one apart yet. But, sometimes you forget what it was, and I found the cover, so I wanted a quick order one so I didn't forget. And then I received some happy mail. Peggy Fitzmaurice, who is here with us today, joined me last Monday evening, was it? When my niece was with me, and we were talking about yarn, and Peggy decided that she had some yarn because she doesn't knit anymore because of some arthritis, that she had some yarn she wanted to gift for someone to love and use, and Katie and I were the happy recipients. Peggy, thank you so very much. There were 2 of these included in the happy mail. This is called Slubby Nubby Wool Yarn. The colors are absolutely delicious. Yellow, orange, salmon, pink, turquoise, green. Ugh. There were 2 of these. I already have one ball by my comfy chair. Hey, Sherry, good morning. And I've got it all wound up. So now I'm looking for what I might want to make with it. Peggy also included some patterns, which I haven't totally looked at yet. I spied one that's kind of cool. It's looks like a leaf, and they fit inside of it, wraps around your neck and fits inside of each other. And in my room here, especially in the winter when it's cool, I mean, I have heat out here, but I like to have a cowl neck on. So I've got a couple that I've made, and I want to make another one. So I'm thinking I'm keeping this. My niece is not so much a pink gal, so I'm keeping this as well. I mean, this is all just such delicious stuff. This is 100% merino. This is so soft. Peggy, we just can't thank you enough. This is absolutely beautiful. And then this, you can't stop touching this. This is called Wendy Velvet Touch. This is so luscious. I might have to do a cow neck. Cow neck. This one I had a hard time seeing what it's made of. I don't know why they put, the little tags over information, but this one was made in England, So, I mean, how big can that be? It's just yummy, and there's 2 of these. So I am going to take those, and my niece likes to blend her yarns and make her sweaters and stuff. So Peggy sent some mohair, and Caitlin was drooling over the mohair. And these are more her colors too. So I said, honey, would you like to have these? And she said, oh yes. And blue is one of her favorite colors as well. So she's gonna take this. Um Ara Araucania, I don't know. I can't say this either. This was made in Italy, I believe. Or maybe Chilean, but beautiful shades of blue. Hi, Angie. Good morning. 2 Angies in the house. And this is just, and I thanked Peggy the other night, and I guess last night. Um, and I said, I just want to keep touching it. And she said, well, they were puffier, but they got touched quite a bit while they were at her house. And of course, we got one of those really cool little cards of Peggy's. So Caitlin's going to get that. And then she sent this adorable felted pin. It's got a beautiful retro looking button in the middle. And Katie asked if she could have that for her yarn bag. So that's going to Kate for her yarn bag. And then the mohair, 2 shades of green, not gray, green. Peggy, that is a great quote. That needs to go in a journal. Peggy said, "My mom always said, knit with the best you can afford in case the project comes out good." Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, okay, my apologies. We have Angie and Snangy. All right, so we've got a beautiful light like sage green. Oh, this is the one made in Italy. And a deeper sage green and a beautiful tan, light tan, beigey color. So, I mean, Caitlin will put these in a sweater for sure. So I don't know when I'll see Kate. She's traveling to New York the beginning of the month of May. Her a nephew on her husband's side's having a birthday. Little guy's having a birthday. So I'll get this to her mom. I will see her mom. We've got a cousin coming down from New York to visit. So I will see her mom, and then Kate will get this. So she hasn't seen them in person yet. She may have to wear a bib. All right. So moving on to what I have planned for today. Tissue paper journal. Uh, as most of you here with me this morning, and maybe some of my replayers will know that I have been trying to get organized. It's been almost a year-long process. And Peggy said the yarn deserved to be in a happy place where it'll be appreciated. It will be appreciated. It's just absolutely delicious. And I knew I purchased this book a couple of years ago when everybody was making those Orient, I don't know, Asian themed journals and such. I picked this up, and when I got it, I couldn't bring myself to take it apart. And I remember thinking, boy, this is really put together kind of neat. And I know it was in my brain then, but until I looked at it again the other day, it didn't quite register. Now, see, I've got a wacko page here, but it's tissue paper. Now, I'm assuming this is Japanese. Does anybody know? I'm saying it's Japanese, but there is Japanese stab binding, which is this. But the Chinese apparently also do a 4-hole binding stitched like this as well, and apparently the Koreans do as well, but they do a 5-hole binding stitch, which is in their culture more appealing to have 5 holes rather than the 4. And I did see some pictures with more than 4 holes, which I'm going to attempt to do that today. Um, I know, tissue, I hardly know you. So the thing that I found really interesting once I looked at it is that the cover is also tissue paper. And I did a live, I think it was about a year ago. I put the link in my description box where I was making a Kantha cloth journal, and I did the stitching. I think I did another one too, but I can't find the other one, um, where I did the stab binding. And when I saw this, I thought it was time to revisit it. However, this, oh, Angie said in a few Asian cultures, 4 is an unlucky number. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the way that it was worded, what I read this morning. So when I looked at it closer again this time, this is the folded edge, and this is open, and there's several sheets of tissue paper. See my little shaky left hand? And the bottom is open as well. Now, if anybody knows what this style of page is, I would love to know. I don't know. There's probably a name for that too. Now, I didn't pay a lot of money for this, although it's so cool. And it might be because, this page is out of whack. Got folded down before they stitched it and didn't get it trimmed off. I don't want to take this apart. Now, what I'm going to do today, my knot will not be on the outside. My knot is going to be on the inside, because when I researched and looked up the stab binding technique, I found a video, a 10-year-old video from Sea Lemon. A lot of you will be familiar with Sea Lemon. She's got a lot of really great videos. And so I'm following her instructions for the stab binding that I did a year ago and that I'm going to do today. So, of course, then my brain starts going, I've got tissue paper somewhere. I've got tissue paper I never use. So I dug through my tissue paper and I made a sample. Now I used a heavier cording here. Yeah, Sea Lemon's good. And it sounds good too, right? Um, so I folded my tissue paper to get that fold on the outside edge, and then it's open at the top and the bottom. Okay. Oh, you did, Peggy? Peggy said she learned to bind through Sea Lemon. So I put a decorative tissue paper on the front. Now, I did some others. I had some rice paper and some mulberry paper. I don't know if I did a video or a live, or I just did it. It was years ago. And I did this kind of binding and made a couple of journals. And I did one, I think, with dictionary paper, but the cover I put on it was hard, like a chipboard type of. So when I went to open it, it was difficult. I didn't dig that out. I still have that somewhere. It looks real cute, but it's not real practical because you can't really bend this page back. So then when I saw this, I was reminded, because you need a soft cover. So this was my practice one. So I did the soft cover. Then before I did that one, I was messing around with some tissue paper that I had, and I couldn't figure out that size. And so I folded these, and this is a smaller one. Now, this one, I'm not sure if I want that as my cover. So I'm on the fence about this one. So you can see I haven't bound this one. And then as you're doing these things and you're thinking about it and you're trying to work out a project, your mind starts to go crazy with some stuff and you start thinking about some other things. So I took apart an ideals magazine book. This is one of those soft covered ones. Good morning, Candy. So I took apart and just folded these, put the fold side out. Oh, can't get my fingers to work, see? And just took the pages that I thought I liked the way, that they laid out. And then I took the cover, which looked like this, which really kind of didn't go with the way I laid out the pages. But this was the inside of the cover, which I loved. Now, this one is not real heavy like the chipboard cover I'd made before, but it is, if you're familiar at all with Ideal's book, I'm going to call it a magazine. The cover is a little heavier, like most magazines, a little heavier. So I have scored this so that when I get it bound, I can fold that. Now I'm going to put my holes, hopefully, right inside that fold line, which, you really can't see that yet. Now, Sea Lemon says to come in and measure an inch, but because my book was narrow, she, on her video from 10 years ago, was doing a big, like 8 by 10 book. Okay, thank you, Barbara. That's a great idea. Barbara's going to call it Maggie or Mag for short. I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that really a lot. So, I'm hoping to get my holes, inside that fold line. So then when I want to go to use this, um, it would be easier. I think it'll be a little easier anyway because it's not as heavy as chipboard. So I'm hoping to bind this today. Now I don't want 4. This is, long. This is 11 inches. I want more than 4. So I don't know how many I'm going to end up with. I'm thinking it has to be even. This may not go well, but we're going to see. Hopefully we're going to see. And then I was thinking, for any of you that may have done some toll painting or decorative art painting, and you get these, years ago, you buy these wonderful books that have snowmen and pumpkins and scarecrows and birds and, all that kind of stuff that you can paint on wood or fabric. Inside of a lot of those books come patterns. I never used any of those stinking patterns, really. So I'm cleaning out. I've got some of these pattern books, and I would now just probably trace from the book. I took those pattern pages, coffee stained them on my jelly plate. And then I'm taking just a plain piece of cardstock, which isn't real heavy, and I think I'm going to bind these. So I took some and folded them this away, and then I took some and I folded them this away. So got a lot to do. I don't think I'll get it all done today, but we're going to see how far we get. So, and this is my inspiration. I'll put those aside. Now, I used up pretty much all of my tissue paper. Tissue paper. Most tissue paper I don't think is created equal, but I think size-wise, it's probably pretty much the same. So I'm going to show you how I folded. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Barbara. I'm going to show you how I folded the tissue paper. And I also ironed the tissue paper. So if you have sheets of tissue paper, see if I can. I folded it in half long ways. Now this, of course, I'm thinking I could stamp on this. I have a ton of this. I purchased a big lot of it, you know, for shipping purposes and stuff. So I folded it in half lengthways. And then I folded it in half lengthways again. Now, I'm sure there's other ways to do this because you may not want a book that's this size. So, but you know what? Then you're on your own. You can you can figure out how to fold it if you want a different size. And then I just folded it in half lengthwise and then in half again. Now this obviously was a different size tissue paper. What's in my decorated tissue paper? I still have some of that left. Oh, I think I have it buried. I'll get that out. So really all you want to do is fold it so you have a folded edge and you want some thickness. Like you just don't want one sheet of tissue paper unless you've got some tissue paper that may have a little more body to it because it's not all created equal. Some of the designer stuff is a little heavier. The cover of that one that I did, I'm pretty sure I got this like at Hobby Lobby years ago. That's a little heavier. And this is a little heavier than this plain tissue paper. So let me see if I can grab. Oh, trying to grab this out without knocking everything cattywampus. Trying to get one sheet that oh my gosh, you got it stuffed under everything. Okay, so this is a piece. So, and then I would trim this and then get all my folded edges, you know, where I wanted them, line them up, and all my loose edges, you know, I'd have to cut it here. But that would be the starting of another book. Now, when I purchased this, it came in a big lump like this. Folded. I mean, I've got hundreds of sheets of this. So that's why I folded that one that way. But really, you could figure it out any way that you wanted. Now, this one here, you'll see, is folded differently. It's probably a different size. I didn't check that, this designer stuff. But see how you have all these folds? So what I did when I started messing around with it, I just cut where this folded and then folded those pages in half like this. And that's how I got that smaller, that's how I got the smaller size. So you've got a lot of variety, you see. And then I decided, well, I wanted to try to get that bigger size like this. Hi, Sophia. Nice to see you. And so you just take a single sheet which is quite large. I think there's 2 here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, oh no, oh, here we go. It kind of rooched its way apart. So same thing, I just took it. Question from Arlene. Where do you buy the larger tissue paper? The box of tissue paper that I purchased, Arlene, I got online from a company called, oh gosh, let me see if I can remember. I used to buy from them when I worked. I was responsible for throwing an annual party for the president of the college I worked for. And I think it was called Paper Mart. And so I got a ton of it. Big box, very reasonably priced, and tons of colors. And this decorated stuff, I'm pretty sure you can get this on Amazon. I got mine through a couple gals that sell on YouTube. I'm not remembering the one little gal's name. I think when I bought from her, she was having a discount sale because they had to move their, they were losing their rent, the place they were renting or something. And hubby's home, so now it's going to get noisy. And I know Keisha has some of her gals sell the decorated stuff. But, you know, you can buy normal packages. You can get some in the dollar store, I'm sure, but I think that's probably all plain colors. And I think Paper Mart also has design tissue paper as well. So now the way this was originally folded, see, you could fold it this way and then this way, and then cut your ends, and then you'd have your start of another journal. Now the other thing I was thinking, you know, this one's just folded and then bound on the side. But what if you stitched? What if you stitched these together? I haven't done that, but I'm gonna, because I think that would look really cool to have stitched around some of your pages. Even if you did some paper, you know, with a paper. Now the thing with like your scrapbook paper, you know, it's heavier. But they do have those tablets. I don't have it. I don't have any of it anymore because I got rid of it all. You know, when I first started to do paper crafts, I thought, oh man, look at all this paper for, you know, not a lot of money. I forget how many sheet, like 148 sheets, or, you know, all a big, thick, crazy, but it was only one-sided. Well, you don't need it two-sided if you're going to fold it and put it in a journal like this, where you have your folded edge as the outside of the page, you know? And then what if you stitch that? Oh, thank you, Peggy. Peggy's got a link there for you, Arlene. All right, cool. So let's start with something easy. Easy peasy. See, I just don't know what. I just don't know what cover I might want to, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'll just do, I wonder if I could just do, well, that'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it? Let's see if I can figure this out. See, I'm not good. Mary will say, she says about herself, she's not good with math on camera. I'm not good with math on camera, off camera, outside, inside, nighttime, daytime, no time. Ask my family. They'll be happy to tell you. I it just does not. So I need it about like that. But see, I want the fold to be here. So now I've got a fold here. So maybe if I just all right, so this is, I gotta clean that little, I got a little speck of glue or something here. I can't see. Oh my gosh. There was a game our kids played. We bought it for them. It was called 24, and they had different games. There was an add and subtract one, multiplication, division. So we had they were little. We did the add and subtract. And you would flip the card, and I think there was a circle with different numbers, and you had to find a combination of how those numbers equaled 24. And then you had to tell the other players, this plus this minus this equals 24. And then you got to keep the card. So our son, I guess, was 5th grade. It was before 5th grade because he had played the game before he got to 5th grade. When he got to 5th grade, he wanted to take the game in. Teacher said he could take the game in. She sent it home. She called me and said, I have to send this game home because no one can beat your son. When we were at home, as soon as you flipped that freaking card, the kid had his hand up and he knew the answer. He still laughs at me. Hey, Mom, remember that game you couldn't play? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my travel buddy. All right, so let me get my little cutter, which now I also have buried. And see if I can get my guillotine to work. So this is 5 inches square. Dad's calling. Okay, Gail. All right, I think what I want to do is trim. Well, this end's a little straighter. Let's go for this end. Don't watch, Snange. Yeah, I'm not going to get a good cut with the, I just shoot it up. Okay, let's do this. Let's put a piece of regular paper underneath. Hi, Kimberly. I'm going to do the Tim Holtz trick. This is what he was saying about cutting fabric yesterday if you put it in your die cut machine. Put a piece of regular paper underneath or cardstock. Work like a charm. Hi, Kathy. Kathy with a C, Kathy with a K. All right, I'm gonna flip it this way so I can see. See, as soon as it was not long enough, put my skizzers away. Okay, that's a great idea. Becky's gonna mandala while she watches. This is not going to be perfect, guys. And you want for the stab binding, you want your cover to be the same size as your, at least on the binding, like the top and the bottom binding side. And I've got that a little larger. Shocker. Let's see if I can get this too. I have other paper here. Let's see if I can grab a different size paper. See, I just wasn't decided about this, so I wasn't sure which way to go, and I'm not prepared. But see, this way you can see what's going on here. All right, so let's make this 5 inches. I mean, I'm prepared with the other ones, but the other ones aren't tissue. And I want to do a tissue one. Let's make sure I do the tissue. Now, I think I want that a little heavier. So I'm going to do second to add some weight, and let's see if I can fold them together to make it work. I don't want to lose track of my folded edge. That's my folded edge, okay. I think I got snagged there. Got me. Oops, sorry. Excuse me. Where's my 5 down here? Now I'm going to get myself messed up. Okay, so this has to go down this way. See, this is not easy stuff here. Man, that really doesn't cut at all without having paper underneath of it. All right, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. I'm probably going to have to cut again, but let's just see what I got. All right, so I've got that sheet and this sheet. I'm just double up for safety, double up. Oh no, that's buckle up. Okay, so that's more better. And let's do this. Now, you might also be thinking, why in the world would you want a tissue paper journal? Well, you might not want one, but you might want to try to make one just because it's cool and because you can. But I was thinking they might be a cool glue book, you know, especially if there's some tissue paper that you really like, you know. Now, is that is 4 3/4 that way it looks like. Okay, where's my other sheet of paper? Now I want to make sure I've got that whole edge. Hold on. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay, see now I flipped it around, so I got to make sure I have my full. Okay, that's my folded edge. And I want that to be 4 3/4. Hey, no worries. It's all up here. It's all up here from now. 4 3/4. I need a new cutter. I was just telling Journey. Did anybody watch Tim Holtz yesterday? I know Kathy watched some, but he showed this cutter. I don't know if it's new or not. It's a rotary cutter, but you don't have to press, like this is a guillotine, and it doesn't it's not sharpening itself. It's supposed to be self-sharpening, but for whatever reason, it doesn't. And I guess you have to push it in, and it's annoying. And Tim's got one of the rotary. Now I have the big rotary, but I didn't realize I have to push that down, and I don't have the strength to push it down. Right. Okay, so now this is great because Sea Lemon says you want to take a piece of paper the same size as your pages. Now let me get this. Let me get my cover on here. So I want my fold to be here and my fold to be here. And I'm lining that up. And I want to clamp this to keep my pages somewhat together. So Sea Lemon says, it's a little off there. I might be able to, yeah, see, I want to trim this because you really need it to be the same size as your pages. So I'm going to trim that a little bit off. I can give it more of a haircut, but I just want it trimmed where my binding is going to be. So you take a sample page, the same size as your paper, it's that way. So this is my edge I'm going to bind. And this is my sample paper. I'm going to tear this extra part off so it's not any more confusing. So close to the fingers. Don't you be worrying, Ange. Don't be worrying. Okay, so this is my sample paper, and she says fold it 3 times. So I'm going to fold it once, twice, 3 times, lady. Once, twice, 3 times, lady. So now you have all these little fold lines, okay? Then you want to mark. Now she says to do an inch, and I might do an inch on this one because it's a little wider and I don't mind it being an inch. So I'm going to take my ruler. See if I can figure out where the freaking inch is. Wow, is that an inch? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw a line. Okay. So I've got a line drawn. Then I'm going to take my sample paper And I'm going to clip this. Oh, I guess I need an inch here too. I guess I should have drawn it on this, not on my, duh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I draw my line here. Now I'm going to clip this on the front of my book. Now, you know this is not going to be perfect, right? Just saying, not going to be perfect. And then you're going to make a mark where you want your 4 holes to be. See, so we have all these little fold lines. So I want to do 1, and then in 1 here, 2, and then come in here 2. So, gosh, can I ever have a stream where my screen does not go blurry? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you need to punch those holes. This is where it gets really difficult. I'm going to try to use my awl or my pokey tool. I could use my awl. It would give me bigger holes. That might be a better idea if I know where I put it. I have a little thing of tools. Oh, there's that thing. I was looking for that tool. See, this is much bigger. And I'm going to use this old Uline catalog. All right, Kathy says, wait. What's your looking for deli paper for jelly printing and collage? Yeah, I would go to, see, I'd just do Amazon because it's easier. Wait, is that one dot on the right at the right spot? I've got one here, and then I've got 1, 2 spaces, another one, 1, 2 spaces, another one, 1, 2 spaces, and another one. I think so. I came in 1 on the right, I came in 1 on the left, and then counted 2 lanes. They look right to me. Does it look okay? I think they're right. Now, I'm just going to try to punch through all layers. I might have to do my pokey tool first. I think my pokey tool is a little more pokey. I'm tearing up my wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just remember, you got to get a needle and thread through there. Excuse me. Actually, it might be easier if I did it this way. Let's see if this works. Because I do have those folds. Open up the book and punch down through the binding. Okay, yeah, that works a little better. Okay, Ange, I'll tell you when to look. Now, there's all kinds of stab binding designs. Butterflies. I mean, the butterfly one is unbelievable. Not doing that today. And then there's all different kinds of patterns you can do. And some of them don't look that difficult. But today we're just doing a straight up. Now, see, I don't want to stitch my sample on there, which I've done that before in other journals. And now I'm going to find an eraser and take that line off that dummy me put on the very front of my book. And thread's going to probably be there. Kathy said, I saw stab binding with letters that other day. So cool. I saw a stab binding with letters. Oh, the design was letters? Oh, yeah, that would be cool. So if you Google Japanese stab binding, you can see all different kinds of options. And I'm sure directions. And Sea Lemon may have that. I don't know. I didn't go any further. I'm going to use a great big needle. And want to make sure I have my book going the right way. Okay, that way. And I think I'm going to do this teal. Now, Sea Lemon and others say to have the right amount of thread. Today I'm using waxed linen, but a lot of gals that you see binding journals and whatnot, they use embroidery floss. You can use baker's twine. Twine would be hard to pull through, but any kind of cotton, you know, that you think would be durable. So you just give yourself a little headway, right? And then just measure 1, 2, 3. 3 is usually enough. I'm going to do a little bit more because I do not want to be short. Yes, set a word down the binding. Oh, that is cool. So I want a needle. You want a needle that you can get through the hole that you punched, but you also need a needle big enough where you're going to be able to pull your thread through. Now, the original book, if we look at this, the way that it's bound, they tied the knot on the outside here, which really I would like to do, but I don't know how to tie that where it would be real secure. So, like I said earlier, I'm doing it the way Sea Lemon tells you to do it. And what she says is to come to the middle of your book, somewhere to the middle of your book. Oh no, did I punch the... Oh, did I set it up incorrectly? Oh, hold on, guys. No, I'm right. I'm right. I am correct. So she says, find somewhere like in the middle. And I want to be able to go all the way through. So I want to make sure that my pages, I'm not in the middle of a fold. I want it to be open like that. So I'm coming in here to the second hole in from the bottom and putting my needle through that hole. And I'm going to pull my thread through. Kathy's out of here. Okay, Kath, thanks for stopping in. And then you're going to tuck this thread, which is not knotted, out the front of your book for safekeeping. And then you're going to come around the outside edge and then go back in that same hole. Now it might be a little fiddly because I didn't make a huge gaping hole. And you want to try not to get go through your thread. You want to come alongside of your thread. And then you're going to go ahead and pull that through. If you can grab it, which apparently seems to be a problem. Make sure everything's straight. And then you want to make sure that your thread is straight. Then you're going to come through this hole and go all the way through the book, through all your pages. Okay, Gail is back. Come around the outside. I wonder if I'm doing this right. I only did it the once. We're going to find out. Go back down through that hole. I should have had a refresher course this morning. Now, if you have trouble pulling your thread through, sometimes I just get a pair of like flat nose pliers. Okay. And then you want to come around the end. Can everybody see what I'm doing? And then go back down through that hole again. It's hard to do it on screen and show people without flipping it around and getting you all confused. Okay, thank you, Gail. So then you want to make sure, see, this will get crooked on you. So you want to make sure you lay that out. And when you snug that up, now you don't want to pull it too, because it's tissue paper we're working with. So you don't want to pull it too terribly tight, because you don't want your page to buckle. All right. So then you're going to come back through this hole where you started out. Straighten that up. Down to the next hole. Come around from the outside, back down to that hole, back down through that hole. So I don't want to, if you get into your thread that's already there, and we've all done this because we've all sewn and done slow stitch and all that jazz, right? You get into that thread, you're going to have trouble. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's take a pause here. Angie, or I should say Snangie says, Lori, I'm eating green beans, mashed potatoes, corn, deviled eggs. Ange, I think you're an eating machine. Like, I don't know if you'd really want to punch your holes. I'm off. I'm off. I can't find my little space next to that first hole. See how deep it is? I'm not sure I like how deep it is either. I should have come in, but it's okay. I'm trying to wiggle. I'm going to come in. Oh, there we go. I got it. I should have put my awl through after my pokey tool to kind of make my holes a little bigger. So there again, you want to pull it so it's tight, but it's not buckling your paper. Now we're going to come into this next set of holes here on the end. See, now this one I can peek a little and see where my holes are. And then especially with the tissue paper, it kind of like once you pierce the hole, it kind of, heals itself. It kind of goes back together a little bit. Okay, Barbara will be right back. So now we're going to pull that. And then you want to try to make sure, see, my thread got a little twisted there. A little twisted, sister. Gosh, I hope I left enough because, see, I left this tail really long. I shouldn't have left that long. Well, I can redo if I end up not having enough, but let's just see. So now I'm going to go around the outside edge again, come back through that hole. I'm still trying to sneak a peek. I'm just off a hair. There we go. There we go. Straighten up my stitch. Check the back. Coming around the end. Going back in that same hole. By George, I think she's got it. I might have my thread there. Let's back around. Now I'm just catching that a little bit. And I know that's going to be a problem. Because like with knitting or slow stitching, any of that, you catch that thread. And sometimes you have a hard time pulling it through. Oh, Teresa. I just saw what Teresa has. Oh my gosh, we have a food war going on here, guys. Food war, food war. Boy, this is going to be close. I might have to switch to another needle. All right, now we're going to go back down into this one. I'm still getting that. Oh no, I might be right alongside of it. Now, this last one, that's where we started. So instead of going all the way through, I need to find where my thread is and only come halfway through. And scoop my needle through those pages. right like that. So there's your two ends, and you're just going to tie that. Now, on the one that I tried first, my sample, I did a big old thick knot. Of course, I was using heavier cord, and it made a lump in my book. So I'm just tying a little simple knot there. And this thread is thinner. And is this the front? Nope. This is the back. Well, I guess you could have those out the top if you wanted them. You could tie charms. Now, Sea Lemon, she tied hers real tight and then she clipped them real short. Let's see, now I still need to trim here because I trimmed it up there, but I had my clips originally there. That still could be trimmed a little, I think. So there it is. Cool, right? And then, of course, you could decorate. But now what I need to do, well, what I need to do is I need a comfort break because I've had too much to drink this morning, so I need a little comfort break. So I'm going to go have myself a little tinkle. And then I want to try putting one of these other ones together that's not tissue paper. I really want to try to put together thank you, Peggy. I want to put together my ideals one. So if you can hang for just a couple of minutes, I'm going to go to the loo. Okay, you too, Gail. Thanks for coming in. Now this one's going to be a little different because I did it narrower and I put that fold line there because I want my pieces to come in. Oh my gosh, I trimmed? Oh gosh, I bet you I used I think I cut up I had my sample ready to cut this. Oh, good. I still have it. Okay. Hey, there's Barbara Clark. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so I'll be just a few minutes. I can't think anymore. I have to go have a tinkle. And I think I'm going to do the red on this one. This is all Christmas wintry themes. I'm excited to show you the inside of this one. So hopefully this will go as well as this does. But I'm not going to do 4. I'm going to do more. So I don't know. I might do every other one. It's going to be a long project here. But I have time, so I'll be right back. Should have scooted off to the room before I went live. Okay, so now I'm thinking if you had deli paper that you jelly printed on or did whatever on, that would look cool in one of these books put together like this, huh? I think it would. All right, so, oh my, that was a necessary thing. Whew. All right, so let's put these aside. So I cut this the length of my book. And Sea Lemon says to fold it 3 times. I should have put my line on first. I keep forgetting that line. Oh, cool, Pam. Pam's going to do a thrift haul later. Pam has sworn off thrift hauling for a little bit, but her daughter went got her some goodies. So I guess I think that's allowed. All right, so on this one, I'm pretty sure I didn't do an inch. I think I did the 3/4. So let's do the 3/4 line. I just want to line it up. Where's my, what am I sticking? I'm sticking on something. I can't get my slide going here. I want that third. What the heck? I want the third. The month is almost over. Hot dog, hot dog. Okay. Now I want this binding to look really close together, and I want to make sure that I have enough waxed linen to do it. I came really close that last one. Of course, I left that center string real long as well. So I don't want to do that again. And the squares are pretty far away, so I think I can get away with, boy, that looks crooked, or that looks crooked. The other thing is too, you know what? I want to come inside. How am I going to do that? I want to come right inside because I want to be able to fold here. Let's flip it over. Let's do a half. I'm glad I thought of that. And I don't really have to mark them, although they're hard to see. I want to come on every, now I guess I could fold it again. I think I'm just wanting it, I think I'm wanting it to be closer. I think I want my stitches to be closer. I'm going to add that other fold. I think that's what I really want to do. All right, so I'm going to clip this on. I'm going to make sure I line this up to my edge. It's a little off on the end. but then I'm not going for perfection. I'm going to clip in the center for just till I start getting some of these holes punched. All right, all systems go. It should work. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I did last time in the crack of the book because this is regular paper. It's not tissue paper, so I don't have any flexibility there. And I'm going to try to get the awe. And it is easier for me to see if I mark these holes. That white paper is kind of glary. Just as long as I have a line there so I can see. That one I got really off. Sheesh. Oh, you know what I did? I put this clip. That's not good. I need to move my... Here we go. Where are we going, Ange? All right, let's clip this down. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Here we go, loop-de-loo. On a Saturday. On a Saturday. Okay, not sure I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll see. Somewhere I have a hammer. My finger's out of the way. I'm just so much better with the pokey tool. This is a lot of holes. Now, I bought this tool, which I thought on the advertisement, this was one of my Temu pieces. It's to poke holes in leather, but I thought it would work with paper. It don't. It works only with leather. And the reason I liked it is because it had different size holes, you know, so I thought, I have a craft hammer, I think, down on my lower drawer, but I have so much other stuff in there, Pam, I haven't dug it out. I don't want to break my pokey tool either. I wonder if I could just see if it's... I got so much stuff packed in this drawer. It's one of those little plastic drawer units. And the bottom drawer is really deep. And I thought I had my hammer to the one side under here. I didn't think about digging out my hammer. Okay, we got the whole drawer out. I hope I don't lose a nail. Digging through in the drawers. Oh, goodness sakes, I know it's in here somewhere. It's the Mercury. I don't know, I don't see it. Now I don't see it. I'll find it as soon as I'm done streaming. Oh well. That didn't work. I wonder if I could use this. Hey, there's Murray. Hi, Murray. Oh, that's annoying. And I don't think I could get my paper punch through. You know what? Let's divide and conquer. The thing of it is that I don't want to mess up the order I have my pages. So let's divide and conquer. It'll go much quicker. If I can grab this. These little mini binder clips are hard to grab a hold of. They're super, super mini. Super mini. Okay. This should be easier. All right, so I've got half of my book there, half here. Now we should be able to rock and roll. Hey, Marty. Well, we're not rocking and rolling too well. Yeah, I guess you were. I mean, everybody already had to sit through a loo break. Now they got to sit through. I just didn't think of doing this ahead of time. Duh. Duh, 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 duh. There we go. If I start it with the awl, then I have an easier time getting through with the pokey tool. So, what shall we sing? We can sing something while we're poking holes. I always have that one song in mind. I don't want to sing it. It's already in my brain though, but I don't want to sing it. So this is how dense I am. I didn't realize that you can't just take a magazine and make a journal and sell it. I mean, you can make it for yourself, but you can't sell it because of copyright issues. So I don't know. I guess it's the same with this here deal book. You can give it away. Did Barbara come back? There's Janice. Good morning, Janice. I was I took apart an old Barbara Clark just posted her grid journaling video on YouTube. Very good. What's she gonna tell you? Dagnabbit. The thought has left the building, has left the brain. Gosh, I haven't been thrifting in a long time. Well, I guess that's not true. I went to, I think this got scooted up. I ran into Goodwill real quick, but I mean like thrifting, like at a flea market kind of a thing. I haven't done that in a long time. Well, I guess because of the weather, really. We have some indoor places near us, but haven't done it. Lori is seeing chats I'm not seeing, and I can figure out who it could be. I missed something. Well, the tissue paper was a lot easier to go through. And see, I've got the Crocodile that's got the two size hole punches, but see, I just think they'd be too big. All right, now I'm going to leave that clipped, and I just am scooting out my template for the holes. So we've got the first half done, and it's nicely in front of my all right, so just these few are started so I can kind of line up my paper there. Whoop. And I'm going to go here. Well, we'll see how this works. Kath isn't seeing any chat. Gosh, I don't know what the fix would be for that. Well, Gail left. You might not see Gail because Gail left. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I know it has holes, but it doesn't fit my tool in there. I can get the point of a the holes are real small. They're right here. But my tool doesn't fit in there. But I can, if I take my mechanical pencil and put my pencil point out pretty far, I can get my pencil point in there. But I can't get, like my pokey tool's too thick to get in there. I sat up last night till 1:30. I don't know how I get on these reels. You see, these reels that come up. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard. Some people are so funny. Hey, Shelley, how are you? Good morning. Or is it afternoon? No, it's way afternoon now. I have an all. That's what this thing here is. All. I need one of those things that Sea Lemon has. She has what'd she call it? A screw punch. She just went twist and it went down. Of course, I saw that after I ordered this crazy thing that I thought I just figured if something could punch through leather, why wouldn't it punch through paper? Well, it doesn't work like a punch. That'd be why. And of course, I didn't check my cart well enough. I didn't order one. I ordered two. Now I got two of them. Yeah, well, I have my pokey tool. So I'm starting it with the awl. Oh, you mean to go through the ruler? Yeah. Thanks, Mary. You too. Enjoy your day. Thanks for coming in. It was nice to see you. I don't want to get blood on the book. Now, this is overkill, too, because, I got all these holes. It is? You're having a good day? Oh, that's good. Good day weather-wise? It's a little better here right now than it was. I mean, it was pouring earlier. It's not super cold, so that's good. Thanks, Murray. Don't forget Murray's on later tonight, too. All right. Now I need to take this back off. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to sing that song. My gosh. My gosh. Gail left, Kath. Gail left a little while ago now. And I don't see Ange talking. So that might be some of the issue. All right, where's my big, gigantic sewing needle? I want to line these babies up. It might be because they're not talking. Gail left, so you're not going to see her. Oh, Pam, 68. That's good. Now I'm going to take this off. Yeah. And line this up. And a reclip. Reclipping, reclamping, reclamping. 3 inches? Wow. Yeah, Ange may have left for a nap. I didn't see. Okay. Catalog out of the way. Got my needle and thread. Okay, I'm going to go overboard on this thread because I do not want to run out. Okay, again, wax linen. This is a Christmas themed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going 5 just because I can always use a little piece of this for something else. Something. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did before, only I have a lot more holes. And I'm hoping my needle will go through a little easier. So I'm going to start the second from the end. I'm assuming this is going to work. I don't know because the other one just had 4 holes. And of course, this does not. So second from the end is where I started. I'm going to come halfway. And I just want to make sure, because the pages are folded. We got it. We got it. So I'm going to come into that second hole from somewhere in the middle of my book. Wiggle through those holes and get started. There we go. Okay, now I am going to put that through. I'm going to tuck that down in there. And I'm going to come around the outside edge and back up through that same hole. there's Ange. Kath can't see you, Ange. I just have a feeling I'm going to have a problem because well, if I put the needle in straight, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, see, now this I'm having a hard time, so I'm going to get my little pliers here. Okay, she sees ya. There we go. Come around the outside. Make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm going to go down that next hole to the right. Very good. Around the outside, back down through that second, well, it's actually the first hole. Got it all twisted in my thread because my thread's so long. Picking up everything, shreds of paper. Okay, now I want to make sure my stitches are laying straight. Now I'm going to come around the bottom edge and back down through that hole. Straighten her up, give her a little tug, and then we're going to come back down to the next hole. That's where we started. I just got to wiggle it until I find my, there it is. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I am no longer strong like bull. I should have got out my trivia questions. This would have been a good time for a question. One question was, what continent do you live on? Okay, cities and states, but none that said North America. Okay, now we're going to just keep coming down. Coming down and then wrap around. Oh my goodness. I keep wrapping the thread around everything that's on my desk. I couldn't do that if I tried. Now, see, I think we're going to be able to see that my holes are not, straight. oh well. And I'm wrapping around the outside edge of the book. And so it goes. You know how, you can see how it goes. I'll do a few more. I'm not going to do the rest of this. And then maybe we can do something else. Maybe we can do something else. Yeah, my grandkids, they know a lot of that stuff too, but their dad spends a lot of time with them teaching them that stuff. My granddaughter loves math and math problems. And then you just wrap around the outside again. But I want to show you how this laid out, this here little book. And then maybe we'll have a look at some journals. Let's see, it's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we did this with the tissue. And then you just keep going down and around to get out. But see, they're kind of, well, I don't want to really, I want to show you the pages, how they look. Because they're so cute. Wait a minute, that one's tied now, so let me do it this way. It's 10 a.m. where Barbara is, just waking up. So this was the original cover. And so I have a little poem here. You know, because the Ideal books have so many poems and inspirational things. That one's on that side. Purple paths, small bells walking, artistry. Look at those cows in the snow. Got me a barn. So I was thinking maybe a Daphne's Diary magazine would look cute, laid out like this. Look how cute she is. So you can just pick out the pages that you want. And then I went through and put them together where I thought that they, look how pretty that is, where I felt they coordinated. This one talks about my very best gifts, and then there's gifts there on that page. Christmas Eve. Hey, Riri. Look, this one I almost matched exactly. Ooh. Family table, and then there's the table. So just don't think about doing this kind of thing and folding your pages with just tissue paper, because, you know, these aren't real heavy. Now, you could cut these, right? And you could have both sides, but I kind of like the idea of folding it. Now, I had a few pages left, so if I wanted to, really, I could come back in, you know, and glue some stuff on or use this. I don't know how I might use it, but I just like the idea. And what I was saying earlier, if you weren't here, is I scored this because this is a heavier paper. So unlike the tissue ones, you know, where your paper, your cover goes over real easy. If you use anything that's super heavy, like the first one I made a year ago or so, I used, chipboard. So it didn't fold open very easy. Judy said at the sound of the tone, it is 12 noon, time for lunch. One big bowl with spaghetti and sauce over the top of rice, a nice ladle of chili, add mild cheddar, and girl, you need a cooking channel. I made stuffed peppers in the crock pot, and I had leftover beef, right? So I made some meatballs. So I made them larger to kind of be the size of the meatballs. And I put rice in them just a little bit, and I put water in my beef with the rice so that the rice is supposed to cook. The rice and the meatballs was crunchy. I was not happy about that at all. And of course, it's not a good time of year to be buying peppers either. So my peppers were bitter. But I do have, maybe I'll have that for lunch. I do have that left over. My sauce and all tasted okay. All right, so let's see here. I've got a couple of, where's my other, I have journals that I forgot I had. I've shown you this one before, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to do a redo. There we go. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. I've got some things I can glue down in here. So I think I'm going to spend a half an hour till 1:30 and see if I can get some of these. See, I keep stuffing things in here. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. I was getting hungry too. Let's clear some of this stuff out of the way. This was just a, I think it was one of those Fabrino, what are they called? Fabrino journal. So I decorated, I think I did this online, the tea bag that I drew and painted on, jelly printed, put a napkin on there, probably add more stuff. On this little piece of tea bag, I did some glaze embossing. I guess I did that guy. This is from Peggy. This is some stuff I want to put in the book. Oh, these are ATCs I did. Oh, I'm going to need a nap too. I want to be able to stay up to watch the ball game tonight. All right, so I started this in December of 22. Journey sent me that little thing. Isn't that cute? The little medallion. I know this is not a Christmas one. There, I got a tag put in there. Oh, a thank you that Keisha sent had a napkin It's a leaf, but it looks like a pair of lips. How cool is that? Boy, would I like to have more of that napkin. I've never seen it anyways. Uh-oh. Got some stickage. I think this is a napkin I may have brought back from Europe. What's Judy say? Hard to type, chewing, typing, chewing, type. Yes, that sounds like a good solution. Let's see, what else have I got in here? I think I was wanting to keep more winter and Christmassy stuff up front. Oh, see, this is Christmassy. Where's that tag from Peggy? The thing I don't want to glue it down because I want to be able to flip it. So I think I need some washi tape. And it doesn't have to be Christmas. Where's that new washi tape I got? Let me try this. This is cool looking. Although Christmas would be nice. I do have some nice Christmas. Lips look like a sideways leaf. Yeah, well, the leaf is sitting. Yeah, you're right. The leaf is sitting sideways, but it makes it look like a pair of lips to me. See, there's the point, and there's the stem. I need to get my eye stamp and put a pair of eyes on there. Angie, how old is your nephew? Oh, these children are so silly. Remember when my niece Monica was little? She was little. Let's see if I can find Christmas reel. There's a couple Christmas. And of course, my dad was still alive. And coming out the back of my parents' house, they have a small little deck. And so Monica jumped off the deck and she invited my dad to do the same. And he said, "Oh no, Pop's not going to jump." And she looked at him and said, "What's the matter, Pop? You're not a kid anymore?" He said, "Nope, not a kid anymore." Take a nap, Marty. I got 1 hour of sleep. I'll have one later. Yeah, I kind of like, let's do the Christmas one. Let's see if this will hold in. See, and then I can flip it over and see that it's from Peggy. It's so nice when you're cleaning up your space and you have journals or things that you forgot you had. I want to tear that right there. And then you look through, and of course, I have plenty of room in mine. I haven't really been doing the journaling stuff that long. I just find it to be quite fun. All right, let's see if I can now line this up. Whoa, washi, hello, washi. I'm going to scoot that a little more. That should be okay. That should be enough to hold it, don't you think? When I used to be, bye, Shelley. When I used to be at the co-op, the owner's dad, Ed, he was always cooking and making good stuff. And one day he brought something in, and I said, "What do you got there?" And he said, "Might have to add glue." Okay, I'll see how it holds up. See, now I can flip it. Whoa. Of course, I could put washi down this side too. Might hold it in a little better. I need a glue brush. So he was getting ready to eat some lunch. He didn't always eat like he should, you know. You know, these older folk don't want to seem to eat. Anyway, oh, this will work. He had this bowl and he said, "Oh, I have soup." And I said, "Oh, what kind of soup is that?" And he said, "Stuffed pepper soup." And I'm like, "What?" So he had gone into a diner and they had stuffed pepper soup on their menu. So of course he said he had to try it. And he let me have a little bit. Oh my gosh. Bye, Safia. Now, of course, if you don't like stuffed peppers, you're not going to like it. But my husband's doesn't like stuffed peppers. He doesn't really like the bell pepper taste. Well, he doesn't like any peppers. And so I've been making that with my leftover stuffed peppers. So I might have a go at that when I'm done here. And I just added some chicken broth to my base of, sauce. Chunked up my meat, cut up my peppers. I gotta say, it was freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Okay. Now I need to dry that because I want to close my page. Not close, I want to share my page. Okay, Marnie, enjoy your nap. I know there's a nap in my future. I was up early, but I feel pretty good right now. Oh, see, I did. Oh, look, this would go good over here. But I want that to be a pocket. See, this I would make these to hold little gift cards and put these maybe inside greeting cards that I made or the decorated binder clips. But I'm going to glue the bottom of this shut so that if I want to, I can use it as a pocket in my book. I'll do it on this side. I don't know if I was thinking this was going to be like a daily kind of a. Oh, maybe this is my. not my everyday journal. Because there's no way I would do, you know, something every day. I'm not wired like that. Not wired. Oh, I love the way that looks. Nothing like admiring your own work. Nothing like it, guys. Nothing like it. So what's everybody else going to do today? Going to watch some more streams. We got Tanya coming on. Xandra. Of course, I've been trying to remember. Third Thursday, third Thursday, third Thursday. Did I remember this Thursday? No. And I forgot to say that. Jamie was on. Okay, Ange, enjoy. Thanks for coming in. I'm sure you're going to need a nap after all that, all those carbs. Now, what to put in there? That's the rub. Let's see if I have anything else stuck on these pages. There's one of Peggy's calendar things. I love crunchy pages. Mushroom. I wonder what I could add to this page easily. Hi, Jacqueline. Good afternoon. What did I miss what Jan said? I should really force myself to do something in these different journals. Okay, so I took one of my, let me see, where did I put that? One of my pocket envelopes journals, and I put ephemera in it. Well, I might have buried that. This one might be mine. Let's pull a stencil. Let's get a little stenciling on here. Yeah, that's some Timmy tissue paper. I don't know. You know, like the collage paper that's on a roll. Bye, Janice. Do, 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 do. I got a new Tim Holtz. It's not new. It's new to me. And my sister's got it for my birthday. It was one of the things I had wanted. That might look cool. Let me see if I can find that. The rose might look cool. Here it is. Well, I think it's a rose. It's some kind of fleur. Some kind of fleur. I'm going to get out oxides. Oh, look. See, I wasn't able to buy these from Tanya. Maybe I should cut. Okay. All right, Peggy, have a great day. I should cut some of them out and put on that page. All right, let me get out a little bit of me oxides. So we've got pink and red kind of going here. Pink and, no, that's not true. Pink and ink and maybe some sage green or some bundled sage. I do like bundled sage. Tattered rose. That's so light, probably not going to see that. Gathered twig might be good. Candied apple. Peggy also gifted me. Oh, that might be an ink, not an oxide. The kitsch. I don't know if I want that. I think I have the kitsch in the bundled sage. Do, 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 do. I wish I could find a better way to store my inks. I have them all stacked on top of each other. I wonder where my kitsch is. Oh, there's another stack. That might be good. That might be good. All right, let's get a little makeup brush or two. Boy, I wish I'd find a set of these in the thrift shop. The set I got had some weird, well, they're not weird. I guess they are weird shapes. They're not, well, the shape's not, well, it's the size, I guess. They're really not good for much. Well, maybe the leaves. See, they're like this little skinny marini thing. All right, I'm going to use and I probably have other colors on here. I'm going to just rub these a little bit, try to get out. Man, that doesn't look like there's much in here. I'm going to use this. I love this design. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what this is called. It's not a honeycomb because it's a different shape. I love that. Okay, I'm going to put some of this on. Oh, yeah. Love it. Yeah, I think Dee Dee has that too. But see, I don't have any place for a shelf. And there again, they still would be stacked. I guess I could write the name on the ends. Chicken wire. Thanks, Aunt Beck. Picola. She got something, and I've asked her, I don't want to ask her again. I mean, she answered me. I just am not getting what she said. She picked up something at a thrift shop that holds, I don't know, 8-track. No, it can't be 8-track, right? Some kind of disc, some kind of cassette or something. And the ink pads slip right in there. And then she put it on a turnstile or something. She can just sits behind where she works and she can just spin it around. It looked awesome. So far, I brought 3 things home from the Goodwill. Didn't work because the boxes, they didn't fit in it. But there again, I would still have to put, I guess, the name here. But see, I just have them sitting in a drawer. There's probably no good way to do it. All right, so obviously at some point I had some of the tissue paper out that maybe I had left over from a project. This book, I have another book that's like this. I went through and I used watercolor on every page. Well, no, see, I'm lying to you. That looks like acrylic. But I jelly printed for the most part on every page, like 1 or 2 sittings, and just got that done. So I had a base to start working from. Now, I'm going to put some of these flowers on here. And let's try, this is seedless preserves. I think I might like the kitsch. Kitsch might be a way to go. Now I've got this shape too. Isn't it weird? This looks like a little electric toothbrush brush. All right, let's put one here. Should have maybe put the dark purple at the bottom. Well, it's not really well, I guess it is kind of a purple. And then let's get some of this while I have it here. Using the sage green on the leaves. That's not coming out so great. See, they're all like they're too squishy or something. Eh. Gosh, I don't know what's on that one. Might need a darker green. I wonder how the seedless would look on. There's other little. I wonder how a brush, like a regular paintbrush, would look. Whoa. Got plenty on that. Not too terribly. This one I want to go this way. I need to find where I have some of my words. I think I need some other words on here. Maybe some peoples. Maybe I need a few peoples. So I'm going to get lunch. I might work on some knitting. I should probably color. And I have to think about streaming tomorrow night. Oh, I put the leaves right on top of my fleur. And I wonder what that candied apple would look like. That might be nice. I'm definitely going to take a nap. My baseball team is on the West Coast, so they don't play till later tonight. So I want to be able to stay awake for that. I'm already yawning. Oh, I forgot to... Kathy, are you still here? Do you have a voice today? I forgot to ask you. Oh, that looks kind of pretty, huh? Kind of pretty. Yeah, I like that kind of. Kind of like that. Hmm, it shows up a little better. Has anybody ever used, I'm sure you have, so tell me what you've used it on. Years ago, I used to watch QVC quite a bit. Not so much HSN, but I would watch HSN when they would have their craft. I don't even know if they still do that. Would have like their craft weekend or a whole day of crafts or something. Yeah, I got in trouble a little bit with that. Me and my neighbor Betty. And which way do I want? Maybe I could go this way on top of that. And so I purchased a set of chalks. They're all pretty colors, and it got these little puff balls that came with it, and then like an alligator clip kind of a thing, so you could hold the puff ball with that, and then rub it on the chalk. But I don't remember ever using them or what I used them for. I mean, and then I've often talked about this gal that I bought a bunch of stuff from. She had, I don't know if it's liquid chalk, but they're shaped like a teardrop or maybe like a not a no, it's maybe like a little ironing board. They're a little iron. They're shaped weird, but they're chalk too. But I think it's liquid. Pebbles chalks. I have some and some Stampin' Up! Chalks. So how do you use them, Judy? Because I saw them in my drawer. Kat, do you have a voice today? Get some rest. Kat didn't have a voice yesterday. Thanks for being here, Kathy. I appreciate it. Okay, that looks okay. Yeah, I don't think mine are Pebbles. I don't know. I don't know what brand they are. But I'd like to use some of them, but I don't really know. And then do you have to spray them? Hmm. Well, it's 1:30. And so I think I'm going to wonder how those flowers would look. Nah, maybe not so much because I put those other flowers. I think I'm going to come back in here with some kind of a stamp and stamp a little bit. And then I think well, the bugs are kind of focally points. Somewhere I have bugs that are cut out. Timmy bugs. I sent Aunt Beck some of those Timmy bugs, and I still have some somewhere. Maybe they would look nice on the page too. I'll have to give that a little more thought. Well, thank you for being here. This was fun. I think I'm going to put, the rest of my books together. I will sit out in the living room probably after my lunch and take my little ideals book. I can show you that next time. I'm a little annoyed at myself for getting some of my holes not quite right, but it'll be all right. I could put a little piece of lace down there, I guess. We'll see. So thanks so much for being here. Don't forget we've got Tanya coming up, and then Sandra, and then we've got Murray, and I'm sure there are people I'm forgetting because I think some folks overlap on Sunday afternoons. Oh, Anne at 5, and I don't know if Lisa Jameson comes on Sunday. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. Um, I'll be on tomorrow night at 5:30, and, gosh, I think that's all I need to tell you, except that I really appreciate you so very much spending your afternoon here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.